Hello, my ghouls and goblins. I am your host, Miss Red. Welcome to the next episode of Insomniac. And today we're going to be talking about May, specifically more about Mayday. No, I don't mean the whole French thing of, asking for help and in care sort of thing. I mean the actual holidays and stuff of May Day, May the 1st, Beltane and all that. So yeah. So you're probably wondering a little bit about the outfit, because usually my outfit is themed to fit. So I kind of took inspiration uh, from the actual inspiration of the holiday. So May Day, May 1st, is the celebration of the goddess Flora, the goddess of the flowers, on the European continent for the pagans, and she's got lots of other names. And the lei that's actually wrapped in my hair is for the goddess Pele, because May 1st in Hawaii is Lei Day. So yeah, yay, yay, fire and flowers, fire and flowers. Sounds like something I could definitely get into. Give me a tropical drink and set something on fire with pretty flowers. Yep, I could get into that. I really could. So, but yeah. So a little bit of back history, of course. As I said, May 1st in Europe is also known as Beltane. That's the more pagan name for the particular holiday we're going to be referencing, or Maypole. So in Europe, a pole or a May tree is erected in many places, and it's also now done in many places around the world too. And it's celebrate the first blooms of spring and masculine fertility. That's what the pole represents, is masculine fertility. And then it is decorated with ribbons and baskets and flowers, and that's supposed to represent feminine fertility. And of course, seeding of the trees. It's also the time of like the first spring coupling of birds and a lot of mammal species. So again, fertility, fertility, fertility. Yeah, let's all get Twitter pated, and enjoy all the beautiful colors that are about to spring forth. That whole April showers bring May flowers sort of thing. But anyways, yeah, that's the history. So with that, let's get on with some of our more creepy, weird, and strange facts about it, right? As we do on this show. Fact number 1 is Hexanacht. So the night before, okay, on April 30th, there's a celebration. It's called Hexanacht, which means Witches' Night. So it's kind of similar to October 31st whole thing with Halloween. On April 30th, into the night of April 30th into May 1st. So what happens is, so the legend is that witches meet on the tops of mountains, okay? And they meet up there to like drink and fornicate and party and dance with the devil all night long to restore their powers and curse people. Okay. I have been to some pagan Beltane traditions and stuff. I have also been to a couple of Hexanachts, and while we have danced together and drank, and some people have chosen to do the fornication part, I don't recall seeing the devil there ever. And yeah, majority of people that I know that swear to pagan traditions don't even believe in the devil. So yeah, pretty much this particular belief, it came out of the Germanic Middle Ages, where they were trying to kind of ostracize these sorts of things like Beltane and this, that, and the other, trying to draw people away from these traditions, saying that they were unchristian and that they were blasphemous and racy and all that junk, as like most really fun pagan traditions. So yeah, but yeah, it's kind of weird, creepy, and strange. And not only that, it's like, how I'll put it, I know that the devil supposedly can be just as omnipresent as God in Christian tradition, but can he really be on every hilltop and mountaintop in Europe to be fornicating with hundreds of witches and warlocks all at once? Oh man, talk about that hangover. Could you imagine that hangover in hell the next morning? That would be crazy. But anyway, yeah, Hexenach. Number 2, dashing the coals. So this is another originating from pagan traditions. So many celebrate May 1st by practicing dancing in the coals or jumping over a fire. And so the Mayfair or Mayflower jump, because that's what they call this particular bonfire. They call it a Mayflower, a Mayfire jump, is meant to cleanse the soul and stoke the passions for summer romance, you know. And this is a thing, like usually couples, they'll go hand in hand. And again, I've participated in this before, where, you know, as couples and stuff, or even as young single people, you'll, like, the young single people join in a ring and dance around the fire, and you're supposed to dance close enough to get into the coals. And if sparks fly up, that means that the people that make the sparks fly up in the coals will have luck in love and passion for that year. And the couples that make it happen will have luck in love and prosperity for that year. So yeah, it's an interesting tradition. Of course, when you start adding things like, how do I put it, spiritually enlightening drugs or alcohol, of course, things like jumping over a fire and dancing in a coal patch can become extremely dangerous very quickly. I've seen people that they decided to do the fire jump, you know, after midnight, after they've imbibed one too many, and yeah, it hasn't ended well. So, and yeah, so I get the concepts, but I guess if you're going to be dumb, you're going to be tough. And so maybe some traditions should go by the wayside. I don't know. But cheers to fire and passion and drunkenness and romance. Number 3, roll in the hay. I don't know too many Americans that haven't heard this term, and a decent amount of Western Europeans have probably heard this term. And of course, the term means to go get busy in a haystack or a hayfield, or in, you know, in like a thing of hay in a barn. So this term came from Mayday, May 1st, where, you know, during the May festivities, some party goers, like some couples, people would hook up and they would find like a quiet little corner where some hay, you know, nice fresh hay was set down so people could sit or something or whatever. Nice quiet little corner, and they would go have their little romping the hay together. And this was actually considered an activity that people were almost expected to do, and it would bring you good luck. Not just in the fertility and procreation sense, but I mean, like in the money sense, because hay itself, because of it being gold and the whole Rumpelstiltskin sort of thing, symbolized gold, symbolized money. So, yeah, producing passion, producing something good within the hay was thought to bring that good energy vibe to attract money and all that sort of thing to people. So whether it actually works or not, I don't know. Personally, it's like, you know, I grew up in the country. I know what it's like to have hay, you know, stuck in your clothes after working on, you know, helping work in like a barn or something for an afternoon. And that is not a pleasant experience. So, yeah, have a roll in the hay with your partner. And the friction burn that you would incur after such an experience, I can't imagine that being good luck. But, you know, to each their own. So, yeah, I guess. Roll in the hay. Do you get money? Yay. Number 4. So, Mayday also has a more practical celebration. Actually, the whole month of May does. So, it has the thing of International Workers' Day. Okay, so back at the turn of the century and stuff, last century, there were not a whole lot of labor laws and stuff in place. So the month of May is when a lot of workers decided that they were going to start protesting hardcore. And May was when I think it was like 30,000 workers in Chicago decided that they were going to go out and they were going to hardcore protest. And many, many people were injured and murdered by the police, honestly, for doing these protests, because people were dying left and right in factories and on farms and stuff all over America and all over the world, quite frankly. I mean, Industrial Revolution was an awesome, awesome thing. However, without any sort of laws in place, and, you know, I know everybody complains about OSHA, you know, the Safety and Health Association, the Occupational Safety and Health Association that we have in America. But OSHA was established to protect the United States worker in the case of being injured on the job. Because before OSHA was put into place, before the labor boards were put into place, before unions were put into law as being a thing, there was nobody to protect anybody. People died horrible, brutal, disgusting deaths. And it wasn't just like adult people. Children as young as like 3 years old were forced to work in factories and died some of the most gross, gory, terrible deaths in factories all over the world. And so, yeah, a lot of Americans, America kind of led the trope, as we usually do with a lot of these things, to stand up and protest for better, safer work environments and getting equal pay, because that's the other thing. Majority of the common day worker didn't get shit to work in these horrible, nasty environments that were killing everybody and making everybody sick. it was pretty much indentured servitude. So, yeah, International Workers' Day, which is also ironically May 1st, is the day that the decision was made for the workday to be limited to 8 hours a day. American laborers fought for this right in the 19th century, and it just, so yeah, when you're grumbling and you're whining and moaning about things like OSHA and unions and this and that and all of the other, understand what you are grumbling against and whining about. Yes, these things always have their cons, and this was over 100 years ago, so there have been government sanctions and CEOs and things that have learned how to warp the system and twist the system to their advantage. Okay, OSHA, all this stuff. Okay, there's a lot of systems that have been made to protect the rights of citizens that have been corrupted. That's why revolutions happen almost every 200 to 250 years. So, and it's kind of a whole thing like clockwork. Honestly, it happens in almost every country, has happened in every society since the dawn of time. But yes, understand the month of May and Labor Day in September, these two occasions are to represent what our forefathers have fought, and that is for the health and safety for us to be able to make a decent living so that we can be happy and healthy and continue to pursue life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And things like OSHA and the Department of Labor and Industry and unions were put in place by these forefathers to ensure that to happen. And if they're not working for us anymore, we need to be the ones to make it happen, because we were the ones to put it there in the first place. Number 5. Now this one's kind of anonymous. Okay. Nobody really knows where this one originated from or why, but there's a rumor going around that a wedding in May is considered bad luck. In fact, that there's a saying, a wedding in May, you'll rue the day. And this really became popular. Like it was in Europe before the Elizabethan era, but it really became popular in the Elizabethan era. There's no real explanation out there as to why. And I looked at a lot of different sources as to why, and nobody really had any good explanation where it came from, what it really refers to, anything like that. So to me, it's kind of weird, creepy, and strange, just for the sheer fact that there's no information on it. It's ominous, and there's no information on it. It's like, okay. And the fact that May is kind of like the first really nice month of spring, where people can run around in like t-shirts and shorts, so you can wear like a really nice summer dress to have a wedding, and your man can wear like a really nice lighter tux and all that sort of shit, and you can have a nice outside reception, and there's flowers blooming and whatnot, and yet there's this supposed curse on the whole month of May. And it's like, And yet, ironically, people that have been born in May, statistically showing, seem to be better with relationships and finances on a whole than any other month. So, I don't know. What's up with that, right? I don't know. It's kind of crazy. But, yeah, wedding in May. You'll rue the day. Number 6. Now, this one I found really interesting. So, okay. U.S. presidents, right? It is on a median, the most dangerous job on the planet. For the amount of presidents we have versus the amount of presidents that have died while in office, either from assassinations or just from death, is really, really high. You know, the percentile there. But May is the only month that is on the calendar, on the traditional Gregorian calendar, that a president has not died in. And it's like, that is very, very curious. No U.S. president has died in the month of May. There are some months that more presidents have died in others. There are more months that some presidents have been assassinated in than others. But no president has died while serving in the month of May. And that was really curious. And that might be a rabbit hole that I explore all on my own, just out of morbid curiosity. And who knows, I might end up like having some sort of weird, messed up wormhole conspiracy theories in my own brain hole because of it. I don't know. But yeah. No dead presidents in May. Okay. Number 7. May hosts the Ela Aqualids meteor shower. I think that's how you say it. If I butchered it, please forgive me. Maybe somebody can do a recording in the comments of how to actually say that one, because I'm not sure. Ela Aquarids meteor shower. It's between April 19th and May 28th. It is one of the most consistent meteor showers that we have in our solar system that passes by Earth. Okay, it can be seen around the equator. And it's weird, creepy, and strange because it's the only really consistent one. It's also weird, creepy, and strange because they're pretty sure that the meteor that hit the Earth that made the dinosaurs go extinct came from this particular shower. So whatever's going on that makes this particular meteor shower loop around annually, made a whole era of species go extinct on this planet. My gosh, if I could talk, I'm sorry, you guys. Made a whole era of species go extinct on this planet. So that's a little weird, creepy, and strange, and actually quite scary because, will it do it again? Will it be us next time? I don't know. But I was watching videos of Ela going around each year, and it is very beautiful to watch. You can take trips down to Florida, Louisiana, Mexico, all that sort of thing, and you can see it, and it is quite beautiful. But yeah, so killer meteor shower, annual killer meteor shower. That definitely makes my weird, creepy, and strange list. Number 8. Now, this one isn't, how I put it, isn't particularly weird, creepy, and strange per se, but I found it interesting. The Empire State Building opened its doors on May 1st, 1931. Okay, and I thought that was just kind of cool because, well, it's the Empire State Building, and at that particular point in time, the Empire State Building was the tallest building on the planet. So, yeah. Excuse me. So, it was a really big mark in human history. Humans have always been fascinated with that whole thing of trying to get as close to the heavens as we possibly could with still having our feet on the ground. And so that was a really big mile marker for us to be able to establish the Empire State Building. And so, yeah, I don't know if maybe weird, creepy, and strange for people that are afraid of heights. If you want to go on that long stretch. I guess if you want a bonus fact, the whole thing about the penny is false, is incorrect. You can't kill somebody by dropping a penny off the Empire State Building. Because of how a penny's shaped, it doesn't gain enough airspeed velocity in order to do that. But if you drop a pencil off the Empire State Building, it can, because it will gain enough momentum and airspeed velocity to go straight through the top of a person's head. So there's a weird, creepy, and strange fact relating to the Empire State Building. Doesn't necessarily have to do with May, but it relates to the Empire State Building. So yeah, there you go. Bonus fact to go with number 8. Yeah. Goodness. And then number 9. So, maypole. Has anybody ever done the maypole dance? Yeah? So, what the maypole dance is, as I explained in the beginning with the history. So, what they go do is they will cut down tree. Usually, traditionally what it is the guys in the village will go find like the straightest, sturdiest tree they can find. And they'll shave off like all the limbs and stuff. Okay, so it's just the trunk going straight up. And then they'll attach ribbons and stuff, ribbons and flowers and baskets of flowers and ribbons and junk. And they'll attach really, really long ribbons, hopefully potentially ribbons for like everybody in the village. Everybody, at least every female in the village, to the top. And these ribbons will extend the whole way down to the ground. Okay? And then every eligible female in the village will grab a hold of one of these ribbons and will start this dance where they're weaving these ribbons, in and out, all around the pole, until basically they get too dizzy and they're out. They're out of the dance, or the pole gets wound up. Whoever is the last one to be dancing is declared the May Queen. Okay? And she can basically have her pick of any of the eligible bachelors in the village, whether he wants her or not. Okay? So it's kind of the reverse of arranged marriage, and she can pretty much do whatever the heck she wants with this guy during the festival of Mayday. And he has to agree to it. So if she's a sadist, he can't say no, or he risks being shunned and ostracized by his village. Yeah. Yeah. It is short of killing somebody else or being killed himself. He cannot say no to any request she demands of him. Okay? She's the Mayday Queen. On top of that, yes, there are a lot of different things that are part of the Mayday festivities. There are certain sacrifices that are considered traditional of certain cultures in Mayday that some of them do. That some of them do involve human sacrifice. Some of the okay. Anybody who's seen the movie Midsummer, actually a decent amount of the things that are done in the movie Midsummer are actually May Day traditions, not Midsummer traditions. They are Maypole traditions. Okay? That's part of the reason why I really, really dislike Hollywood, because they really, anything religious, I don't care if it's Christianity, Satanism, paganism, Wicca, voodoo, Haiti in general, anything. But nihilist, atheists, they usually mess it up so bad for everybody. Seriously, I mean, they get it kind of sort of in the right camp, but they get the details so freaking wrong and they make people look like idiots. And yeah, and they usually take like the worst details, like it's a phenomenon that happened once year ago, and it might not even have actually happened. It might just be some scary legend that was made up by an enemy one time, and we don't really know if it actually happened. For example, the thing where they pull your ribs out, the eagle thing. They pull your ribs. Supposedly, it's like a pagan Viking punishment thing. There's no real documented evidence that punishment has ever been performed on anybody. It is documented evidence that was supposed to be an ultimate punishment in certain Viking and Norse tribes, but whether somebody actually ever got that as a punishment, there's no documentation of that. So, and no evidence in graves of that. So it's like, you see what I'm saying? But yes, there is evidentiary support that, long story short, that yes, there are certain types of human sacrifice rituals that were done on May Day in certain pagan villages and cultures. It is presumed that those sacrifices were prisoners of war to help with like crop growth and this, that, and the other. I don't know. I don't know what the story was because I wasn't there. But yeah, it just, so and that's the thing. The Romans did the same types of things on their May Day, and of course, when Christianity came in, they came in and they shunned May Day. They shunned the living shit out of May Day, and so there were a lot of arrests and tortures and hangings and shit that went on because of May Day, as did any holiday that was related to anything that the Christian church considered pagan. It just, I don't know. Politics in the name of religion have always been bloody and terrible. So there's always weird, creepy, and strange facts related to human blood and torture and gore whenever you put the words politics and religion together. And that's just how it is. So, and if you add the word holiday, oh yeah, forget it. You're gonna find weird, creepy, and strange. So, yeah. But anywho, those are the facts I have for you from Mayday. I hope that you guys have a fantabulous May. Of course, I will be bringing you lots more videos. I have a couple of ideas. I have a couple of things that other people have requested, some fans, and actually some of the fellow promoters from Heart and Soul Promotions. They have brought some brilliant ideas that they would like for me to research as far as weird, creepy, and strange facts. In fact, one of these days, I'm going to bring you some weird, creepy, and strange facts about wrestling. Yeah, maybe that's what the one I'll do next. I don't know. So, I know a couple of them is about some very specific wrestlers throughout history, too. But anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening, day, morning, night, whatever it is for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay weird, creepy, and strange. Love you guys. Bye-bye.